Hey guys, this is Anthony, and here's another episode of Anthony's Creatures Reviews. I'm joined by my buddy John today, who's going through my brother's comic books like a little kid at a candy store.
Yes.
So today we're going to be reviewing the movie Proteus, P-R-O-T-E-S. It's a 90s sci-fi horror monster film. And I think, John, this was like your first time watching these kind of movies?
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of scary movies.
Well, not scary movie, more like a monster movie.
Monster scary movie, it's the same thing.
I think the only one you ever saw was Godzilla, and that was a new one. And you know Godzilla because you know me, and I'm a huge Godzilla fan. So, I want to ask, how did you feel watching this type of movie?
It was a bit creepy, knowing, but although you could, easily find out, who was the villain, obviously, right away, because they're on an empty oil rig. And it's no one seems to be alive except for this one person. And it's just you obviously knew that's the bad guy. It's the only person on the oil rig.
Yeah, it's kind of more like The Thing, how The Thing movie was. It was more oh my god, there's a monster loose and it takes forms of people and now we're like, who is it? It's a who game. But I think that movie, The Thing was good. The Thing, it's The Thing and that's how it did. But I think Proteus kind of did it good too, but it was kind of confusing in the beginning. I don't think we really understood who the character was. They're like drug dealers?
Yeah, they're drug dealers, and apparently they were trying to get away on a boat, and then you later see the boat is just sinking. I automatically already said the boat's gonna sink, and then after all the little intro credits,
then
you see the boat sinking.
The boat's on fire, and that pretty much. You guessed everything in this movie.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah,
this one's kind of obvious, and you can tell.
That's like that movie. I'll do this review later, but it's like that movie I was telling you about when I watched The Howling and I guessed everything in it. I was like, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. And it happened.
Your brother has copies. It's the same comic book.
Calm down, boy. Calm down. Yeah. But yeah, the movie, it was good. It was a decent movie. I'm going to just say it was decent. Not really good, but it was decent. It's decent for a 90s movie. It had great special effects. Ooh, what's that?
Yes, it did. There's a little
oh, pet
again.
Yeah, it had good, decent effects for a 90s movie. Back then, that's what they used.
The monster's face is just deformed. It's just ugh.
It was like a shark penis. I was basically gonna blow it out during the movie, but I was like, nah, I'll hold it back. I was gonna say, look, it's a penis monster, but I was like, no. They had tentacles, and I kept screaming throughout the whole movie, tentacle hentai. It just made me giggle. But overall, the movie Proteus, what it's about, John and I were saying, is about these drugs. Is that a Spawn comic?
Yeah. Spawn 1.
And you bought me it at the convention, and my brother had it.
Golden Gambit.
Oh, Gambit. Yeah, okay, we're getting off track. But yeah, anyway, guys, sorry about that. The movie Proteus is, it's about these drug dealers, and the beginning was kind of weird because I guess one of the guys was hurt and his boss was like, hey, where's my money? And so he had to go make him some more money by selling heroin. So they get on this ship and they're doing their thing, the ship blows up and they magically find their way to oil rig, which turns out to be a science lab with this mutating monster that absorbs people and takes their personalities and melds them together. So it's a sci-fi 90s movie exactly back
very
then.
Sticky.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a Spider-Man. It was
That's
sticky.
a good one.
And it was sticky.
I know. You know why? Because there's Black Cat on there. Also guest starring the Black Cat.
And Gambit.
That's nice.
Well, yeah, that's Proteus. And like I said, this was John's first monster movie, so he was kind of weirded out by some parts. But since I watched these movies a lot, I wasn't, I expected it. I was like, oh, this is going to be stupid. This is going to be gory.
It was a bit stupid. I mean, if you think about it, it's somewhat of a 90s movie that was just, you could see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
It's the ship sinking, people that were the main cast, one by one dying off. So I mean, you see it coming.
And like you said, you knew who the bad guy was because it was how are you still alive when all this shit just happened?
One guy was the security guard. He's like, I'm running from the monster. What were you 5 minutes ago when the monster showed up in front of the other cast?
Yeah, so that was a whole scene that me and you were like, okay, this needs to end. Where the people get on the rig and they're like, okay, we gotta go inside and find some way to call a helicopter or something. And it just kept showing this black security guard running from a monster, and that was like maybe like 20 minutes. And we were both like, come on.
The chasing was just too long in the intro.
The beginning was long, but I think towards like the second half it got better.
It did get a bit better.
Yeah, it got better, and like you got to see more of the monster and how it mutates because it was like a weird liquid thing.
Hey, can't spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Let people watch it.
I'm not gonna tell. We already spoiled it by saying it had a weird shark penis head.
I guess so.
But we're not gonna spoil the rest. It's a decent watch. I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I gave it a 2.
Really?
Yes. Only because I'm not a big horror film person. I'm not that big of a horror
Well, I'm not really much of a horror film, but like I said, this is kind of like more
monster movies. I'm not into monster movies, except Godzilla, because obviously Godzilla's one of the best monster movies.
Yeah, and I will do another review on that later. But yeah, so this is Proteus, and this is us saying, yeah, it's that type of movie.
Yeah.